And
I'll just have one and then.
Ooh. Nice.
Sure, wash me away.
I'm sorry.
That's a sign, you know.
I know. Unfortunate.
No. All right. Thank you. Tell us your name again.
Okay. My name is Ojibwe Madash, tribal member at Lac du Flambeau, Wisconsin. I am a activist. I am also a grandmother of 4 children, mother of 3 adults. From the day I had children, I knew that I am to provide them with correct information on who we are and what has happened to us, not only in the past, but current times as well. Part of the reason I do all of this, too, is I know that we need to learn a lot, and that goes to the education of our children. Education is forefront for all of the successes of everyone. The more we know about one another, the more we learn from one another, I think this world would be a better place. Now, for those that are running our world, I don't see it as something they're really wanting to do. For the most part, I find a lot of the governments want for themselves and themselves only. Now, in our culture, we share, but it's not good how they perpetuated a lot of the horrors to our people as well as our lands. For us, the land is for us to share, but at the same time, it's my land. And for me, the reason I'm so guarded of what land I do have is that I want to protect it from ruin, and I want it to pass down into my next generation of children. So for that reason, I'm really strong about, protecting our water, our land, our air. And I find that a lot of today's problems with weather is due to the messing with the atmosphere. Atmosphere is what makes this world go round, and people are trying to change it. And I find that that's something that really, really needs to be looked at. I've been involved in the occupation of Wounded Knee at 1973. And how I went there is I met my partner at that time, who was working for an activist for AIM. So because of her powerless and my ex-husband, we were able to attend to all of that, and we supported it. Sure, we risked our lives, but as it goes, if you're doing something for the good, I'm sure that's what kept us here. Now, for the most part, the leaders for AIM, the main leaders and spokespeople, have all passed on, including my ex-husband, and he had issue with the way many of the people saw us. We weren't rebels. We weren't renegades. We were standing up for our right as people of the indigenous lands here in North America. And the other part that was brought up to many is that Mexico and North America, there was never no boundaries. Never no boundaries until, of course, the coming of that particular boat that brought many that wanted it all. So they tried to separate us. But to this day, we still are working together to combat what many see happening today. So for that, I'm glad that you all came here, because there's so many things going on in all our reservations that I find isn't good for our people. Most always you'll see people that say they're going to do well for us, but at the same time they turn or thought or worked other things. I, for one, always said, long as I have what I need for my comfort and my safety at home, that's all I really want. I don't need to have the makings of a big home, money in the bank, all this kind of stuff. I've survived many years and I plan to hopefully stay here for many more. But at the same time, it depends on how you live your life. And for me, I've lived it where I could say I help people and I shared what I do have. That's the only way I find myself comfortable with me. So, having said that, I'd like to say that it's important that we make our work for peace, justice, and saving of our lands and water. Without water, we can't. No one will live. So, having said that, I'd like to say Chimigwech for talking with me and recording what I have to say. Miigwech.
Chimigwich. Thank you for
Okay.
those very, very smart words. Chimigwich for those very smart words. And I wonder if are you aware of the Line 5 pipeline?
Yes, I am. I was out at North Dakota several times for that.
Really?
Yes.
So you went out for the DAPL pipeline
Yes.
at
Yeah.
Standing Rock?
At Standing Rock.
Well, now that's come to Wisconsin, and this little flyer, which I have some dry ones. I'll get you some. I'll get you some dry ones. But we are.
I got it.
Well, it's not in there. But this is a little flyer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We've got more.
Okay.
We're going to be going up to be with the Bad River people and the Red Cliff Ojibwe bands of your same nation, right?
Right.
The Chippewa or
Ojibwe.
Ojibwe Nation. Thank you.
Yes. In fact, my grandmother on my father's side, she is from Bad River.
Cool. So we're going to go up there and be led by Indigenous women who will be leading us around the peninsula.
Oh, yes.
And we're in solidarity with them.
Yes.
We'll be camping with them and we'll be calling for people to not let this pipeline go through the expansion that they want to do.
Just call AIM. No.
Just what?
Call AIM.
Call AIM. Yeah, well, I'll be keeping you posted if your name didn't run. No, your name didn't run in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you coming out and sharing.
No problem.
With us.
Well, I'm going to